It's 2 a.m. with Nathan. But when you give a banquet, invite the poor, the cripple, the lame, the blind, and you will be blessed. Although they cannot repay you, you will be repaid at the resurrection of the righteous. I heard a story about a little boy and girl who were fighting over the last brownie. And the mom heard them in the other room, and she came in and said, "Come on, guys, you want to share? Don't you want your sister to have it? Don't you want your brother to have it?" This whole deal. And it wasn't getting anywhere. They both wanted that last brownie. Eventually, she said to them, "What would Jesus do?" And the little boy looked at her and said, "It's easy. Jesus would split the brownie in half and make 5,000 more." It's easy to share a brownie when there's a whole tray of them. It's easy when you have a surplus, right? And yet when they start getting scarce, it gets a lot harder to share them. In the same way, it's easier to share with others if you know that they're going to pay you back. But if I start sharing my brownies with, for example, my kids, they're not going to pay me back. And I start to make all these justifications. Well, I made the brownies. I should get to enjoy them, right? Or, my 2-year-old's not really going to appreciate the brownie anyways. He doesn't like brownies with peanut butter chips in them as much as I do anyways. Or, I shared my brownies last time. Do I really have to share them every time with them? Now let's stop talking about brownies. Let's start talking about life. In life, am I willing to give of others my time, my effort, my life away, my resources? You see, this is where it hits the road, right? In other words, am I willing to be generous and give to others? Like Jesus said, hey, and who you invite to the banquet are those people who cannot repay you. The blind, the crippled, the lame. Those who are, they can never pay you in return. You invite those to the banquet. And yet, are these the ones we are investing in? Are they the ones we are giving away our time to, our energy to? Are we giving away our resources to those if we sit back and say maybe they could have done better if they tried harder? Or are we making justifications just like with those brownies? You see, Jesus wants us to invest in such a way that shows the world we do not belong to this world, we belong to the kingdom of heaven. Are we doing it? Are we doing it as we live each day this week, giving away our brownies, the last brownie there is? Or are we still trying to keep back some for ourselves because we might get hungry a little bit later on? What about how we worship in church? Do we worship in such a way that reaches out to the least of these among us? Or do we want to be comfortable and we want to have our comfort in our religion and our tradition and what we want to do? Are we making it about what Jesus said to invest in or not? I'm really glad that Jesus chose to invest daily, costly, and an irreplaceable way with us. He lived it. He gave his life. And it was forever changed. In Revelations, he's known as the Lamb who was slain. He keeps that identity. If we're going to follow Jesus, we got to start investing just like Jesus did. So as you go throughout the day today, give away your last brownie and love others in Jesus' name. Have a great day.